My child, stop for a moment. Do not scroll. Do not look away. I need you to hear me right now, because this message is not SLU and it is not late. It is for this exact moment. I am speaking to you because something just shifted, and I want you to understand what happened. You surprised me. Yes, you did. Finally, you did it. And before you doubt those words, before you try to minimize this moment, listen closely to my voice. I am not shocked because I did not know what you could do. I am not surprised because I ever doubted you. I am speaking like this because you finally stepped into what I have been waiting for you to believe. You moved when fear was still loud. You chose faith when your hands were shaking. You did what you kept postponing, and heaven took notice. This matters now, not tomorrow, not someday. Now, I know how easy it is for you to think this is just another video, just another message. But my child, this is confirmation. This is me stopping you mid-scroll to say, yes, that step you just took. You have no idea how long I have been preparing you for this moment, and you have no idea what it unlocked. Do not skip this, because if you do, you will miss the reassurance your heart has been asking me for in silence. I want you to stay with me here. Let my words settle. And if this message is already touching something deep inside you, I want you to respond. Like this video as an act of agreement. Comment what you are feeling, even if you do not have the perfect words. And share this with 3 people, because I promise you, you are not the only one standing at the edge of obedience right now. When you do that, you are not helping a channel, you are spreading confirmation. My child, I saw the moment you decided to stop waiting for perfect conditions. I saw the breath you took before saying yes. I saw you act even though your mind was still full of questions. And that is why I am speaking with urgency. Because hesitation has stolen enough time, and this season is about movement. You are not behind. But you must not pause here and talk yourself out of what you just did. Do you feel that mix of excitement and fear inside your chest? That is not confusion. That is awakening. Something in you finally aligned with what I have been whispering for so long. And I am calling your attention now so you do not let doubt come in and rewrite this moment. Stay with me until the end of this message. Do not rush away. Subscribe so you do not miss what I am about to speak over your next steps. This is not hype. This is direction. You shocked me. Not because I expected little from you, but because you finally believed me enough to move. And this is only the beginning. My child, I need you to know something deeply and clearly. I saw everything. Not just the moment you finally move it, but all the moments before it that no one else noticed. I saw the nights you stayed awake replaying the same thoughts, wondering why it felt so hard for you to do what seemed easy for others. I saw the days you smiled on the outside while feeling stuck and frustrated on the inside. You were never invisible to me. I saw your hesitation, and I did not judge you for it. I understood it. You were not weak. You were carrying more than you ever spoke about. You were trying to be strong while fighting fear, disappointment, and self-doubt at the same time. I watched you wrestle with the question, what if I fail? And the even quieter fear, what if I try and nothing changes? My child, I heard every one of those thoughts, even the ones you never said out loud. There were moments you almost gave up on yourself. Moments you thought, maybe this just isn't for me, or maybe I waited too long. I saw you pull back when you wanted to step forward. I saw you delay because you were afraid of being disappointed again. And still, I stayed close. I did not rush you. because I knew your heart was learning something important in the waiting. You were not ignoring me. You were growing. Even when it felt like nothing was happening, I was strengthening you quietly. I was teaching you endurance, discernment, and humility. I was shaping your heart so that when you finally moved, you would move with sincerity, not pressure. That is why I recognize this moment so clearly. This was not a random decision. This was the result of everything you have walked through. I know there were times you felt misunderstood, even by people close to you. You felt like no one truly knew how much effort it took just to keep going. But I knew. I knew how many times you chose to stay instead of quitting. I knew how many prayers you whispered that sounded more like sighs than words. And I listened to every one of them. You not think for a second that I missed your struggle. I was present in your confusion, your waiting, your frustration, and your quiet hope. When you felt stuck, I was still working. When you felt forgotten, I was still guiding. And when you finally took that step, it was not out of nowhere. It was the moment your heart and my voice finally met in agreement. I am acknowledging you now because you need to feel seen. You need to know that your effort mattered, your patience mattered, and your obedience, even when it was delayed, mattered. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not overlooked. I am with you, my child. I always have been. And now that you have moved, I want you to understand this clearly. I recognize you. I recognize your heart. And I am still right here, walking with you into what comes next. My child, now listen carefully, because I am about to reveal something you need to understand if you are going to keep moving forward without fear pulling you back. What you just did was not about bravery, talent, or strength. It was about alignment. The moment you acted, even while still feeling uncertain, your heart came into agreement with my voice. That is what changed everything. For a long time, you believed you had to feel ready before you moved. You told yourself that peace had to come first, confidence had to come first, clarity had to come first. But that was never my order. I do not wait for feelings to lead. I respond to faith. And faith does not mean the absence of fear. Faith means choosing me even when fear is still speaking. I need you to let go of the misunderstanding that obedience must be perfect to be powerful. You thought hesitation disqualified you. You thought doubt slowed me down. But my child, I have always worked through imperfect people who were simply willing. What mattered was not how clean the step looked, but that you finally took it. That is why heaven responded when you moved. Not because you impressed me, but because you trusted me enough to act without guarantees. The truth is, many people wait their whole lives for certainty, and in doing so, they never step into what I prepared for them. You broke that pattern. You chose movement over comfort, faith over control. You also need to hear this. I was never withholding anything from you. I was waiting for alignment, not punishment, not delay, not performance. When your decision finally matched what I had been whispering to your heart, things began to shift. Doors you could not open with effort will now open with grace. Not because you earned them, but because you agreed with me. Do not misunderstand me. This does not mean everything will suddenly be easy. But it does mean you are no longer stuck. You are no longer circling the same lesson. You have crossed a line internally, and internal shifts always come before external change. What you did in secret mattered more than what anyone else could see. I also want to correct another lie you have believed. You thought I was disappointed in how long it took you. I was not. I was patient. Growth takes time, and maturity cannot be rushed. What matters is not when you moved compared to others, but that you finally moved with sincerity. I value your heart more than your speed. This revelation is important because doubt will try to return and tell you this step was small, insignificant, or overdue. Do not agree with that voice. Agree with mine. I am telling you that what you did carrying weight in the spiritual realm. It realigned you with purpose, direction, and peace. Hold on to this truth, my child. You did not move alone. You moved with me. And when alignment happens, momentum follows. This is why this moment is different. This is why it will not be wasted. My child, now that you have stepped forward, I need to speak to you with love and clarity. This is not the time to look back. This is not the moment to second guess what you already surrendered to me. The step you took was real, and it mattered. But what happens next depends on what you choose to listen to now. I want to gently warn you about something that often comes after obedience. The old voices will try to return. The same thoughts that once kept you stuck will whisper again, telling you that you moved too fast, or that you misunderstood me, or that you should wait just a little longer. These thoughts will sound reasonable, even wise. But they are not from me. They are attempts to pull you back into a familiar place where fear felt safe. Do not confuse caution with faith. Faith moves forward with me even when the path is not fully visible. Caution, when rooted in fear, freezes you in place. I am not asking you to rush, but I am asking you not to retreat. There is a difference. Retreat will cost you peace. It will reopen doubts I already helped you overcome. I also need you to be careful not to seek validation from people who cannot see what I showed you. Not everyone will understand why you moved when you did. Some will question your timing. Some will project their own fear onto your decision. Love them, but do not let their uncertainty rewrite your obedience. I spoke to you, not to them. Another correction I want to give you is this. Do not measure the success of your obedience by immediate results. You may be tempted to look for instant confirmation, quick changes, or visible rewards. If they do not appear right away, you might think you were wrong. My child, obedience is not proven by speed but by consistency. Trust the seed you planted. Growth often happens quietly before it becomes visible. I also want to warn you not to romanticize your past. There will be moments when the old comfort of staying still feels easier than the responsibility of moving forward. But remember how heavy that place was. Remember how restless your spirit felt. Do not go back to what I already delivered you from just because it feels familiar. Hear me clearly. Momentum matters. Small, faithful steps taken daily will protect what you just started. Do not abandon prayer now. Do not stop listening now. Do not disconnect from me now. This is when staying close matters most. This warning is not meant to scare you. It is meant to guide you. I am a loving father, and I protect what my children step into. I correct you because I care about where you are going. You are not walking into this alone, but you are responsible for what you choose to agree with. So choose me again. Choose trust again. Choose forward again. If doubt rises, bring it to me, not away from me. I am not disappointed in you. I am invested in you. Stay aligned, my child. Do not turn back. What is ahead requires the courage you just discovered, and I will continue to strengthen you as long as you keep walking with me. My child, I want you to breathe for a moment and receive this truth. You are not who you were before you took that step. Something has changed inside you, even if the world around you still looks the same. Courage hath been awakened, and once it wakes, it does not disappear. It grows when you choose to keep walking. I know you may still feel fragile. I know there are moments when you wonder if you truly have what it takes to continue. But strength is not the absence of weakness. Strength is choosing me again in the middle of it. And that is exactly what you are doing. Every time you resist the urge to quit, every time you remind yourself why you move it, you are becoming stronger than you realize. Do not underestimate the power of consistency. You do not need to make grand moves every day. You only need to remain faithful in the small ones. I am with you in each quiet decision, each unseen effort, each choice to trust me when no one is applauding. These moments are shaping you more than you know. I want you to remember this when fatigue tries to settle in. You are allowed to rest, but you are not meant to retreat. Rest in me, not in old patterns. Lean on me when you feel tired, confused, or unsure. I do not expect you to carry this alone. I never did. You may look at others and think they are stronger, faster, or more confident than you. But comparison will only steal